Hello, dear viewers and subscribers. Today I'm going to discuss a very wonderful topic. I have discovered a sutra or principle which can enable us to know the looks, know about the exact appearance and looks of your partner or spouse. And I have verified it on numerous charts. And yes, definitely I also have read certain articles. So today we are going to discuss this very wonderful topic, how you can really know about your partner or person's appearance or looks, your spouse's looks or appearance, and how you can decode that from your horoscope. So without any more delay, let's get into the discussion. Do subscribe to the channel if you want personal consultation. Details are there in the video description. Let's have a look at the sample chart. Okay, so this is the sample chart. In this chart you can see that this is the chart of a Leo native, Leo ascendant native. Now we have to look at the 7th lord in order to decode how the partner of this native is going to look. So definitely look at the 7th house. This is the 7th house. In the 7th house you have the sign of Aquarius. So the lord of Aquarius is Saturn. So Saturn is the 7th lord in this horoscope. Alright, Saturn is the 7th lord. 7th lord refers to this native's partner. So Saturn is the 7th lord. But in order to decode the looks, the appearance of the partner, it is not just enough to look at the 7th lord. We have to look at the dispositor or sign lord of the 7th lord. We can see that the 7th lord Saturn is in the sign of Scorpio. Then find out the sign lord of Scorpio. So Scorpio is ruled by Mars. So sign lord of Scorpio is Mars. So that means Mars, which is in the 1st house, Mars will be the dispositor of the planet Saturn, which is the 7th lord in this horoscope. So you have to look at the dispositor planet. So 7th lord is Saturn. Saturn's dispositor is Mars. Look at Mars. Mars is the sign lord or dispositor of 7th lord. Alright. So Mars is in the sign of Leo. So this particular native's partner's appearance or looks can be determined by looking at the zodiac sign in which the dispositor or sign lord of 7th lord is placed. The dispositor of 7th lord is Mars. Mars is placed in Leo. So this particular native's partner's appearance or looks can be decoded from the zodiac sign Leo. You have to look at the sign of Leo, and the sign of Leo will say so much about this particular native's partner's physical appearance and looks. Okay, so that means we have to look at the dispositor of the 7th lord. So dispositor, as you know, is the sign lord, of the 7th lord in your horoscope. And that dispositor planet, you have to find out it is in which zodiac sign. Alright? And that zodiac sign will definitely, tell you a lot about your partner's appearance and looks. So now let's get started. What if the dispositor of your 7th lord, if it is in the sign of Aries, then how your person will look? So if it is Aries, then definitely your person can have, a great bone structure, very strong muscular build, and a strong body. Yes, they can be a little somewhat lean but well built. All right, they can definitely be athletic, as I told you, a muscular structure. Now Aries, they can have prominent or high or broad forehead. They can have broad chest or shoulders. Also, if it is Aries, they can, they can have their face. They can have either an angular face or long face. Longish face or angular face with sharp features. Their gaze, their eyes also will be very lively, bright eyes, and their eyes will have a direct gaze, a steady direct gaze. All right. And complexion. Their complexion may be, they can have a ruddy complexion or reddish complexion, but yes, they will have a glow on their face, a bright glow. It can be a bright complexion, very radiant skin also they can have. So all these things about Aries. They can also have well-defined, prominent eyebrows. All right. So Aries, so definitely they will have, they can look attractive in some way. Yes. So, and as far as height is concerned, their height can be, they can be, tall, or they can be medium tall. All right. So that is the height. And so very appearance itself, will be such that, you will feel that they are someone who's very energetic, active. All right. So yes. And so all these qualities they can have. So definitely, so they can definitely arrest your attention, by dint of their energy, very vibrant energy they have. So all these things about their looks. Now let's move on to the next zodiac sign. If the dispositor, what is dispositor? The sign lord. Look at the zodiac sign in which your 7th lord is placed. So the sign lord of your 7th lord is the dispositor of the 7th lord. If that dispositor planet is in the sign of Taurus, then what sort of looks your person can have? Your person, if it is Taurus, then they can have a roundish face or square face, and sometimes even oval face, but mostly either round or square. They can have medium height. Their complexion may be fair, all right, fairish. Sometimes it is also seen, it may be whitish, or sometimes it's also seen even wheatish. Now all right, their structure, they can be very well built, strong, sturdy, solid frame. They can appear to be very sturdy and strong. All right. And also, their body also, they can have a roundish body, very strong, sturdy, very solid. And also they are people who love, comfort, pleasure, and so they also can be great lover of food. So they may have a tendency to put on weight. They may look a little plump or healthy. It's possible. Now Taurus, what else? They can also have a voluptuous or curvy figure. It's possible. There will be some sensual attraction, in their appearance. All right. So they can also have a warm, a beautiful smile. And their eyes, no, definitely their eyes can be very attractive, very sensitive, expressive eyes, all right, which can definitely reflect their intuitive powers even, all right. So yes, all that about Taurus, all right. So they are also, they're very emotionally sensitive. So all that gets reflected through their eyes also. Now let's move on to the next sign. So Gemini, if the seventh lord, look at the seventh lord, the dispositor of the seventh lord, that is the sign lord of your seventh lord, okay, that planet, if it is in the sign of Gemini, then what will happen? Then your partner or person can be tall, generally tall or medium tall, and generally they have a lean body, all right, lean body, that is they can be they have an agile body structure. They seem to be very active, not just physically but even mentally. They have an active mind, and that is reflected through their darting, sparkling eyes. Okay, so that shows that they're very active, even intelligent expression also on the face, even playfulness. Yes, if it's Gemini. So yeah, they can appear to be very playful also, and that spark is there in the eyes. Complexion can be caramel-like. There can be a sunshine glow in the complexion, bright complexion generally. They generally have longer limbs, hands and legs, arms are longer, very prominent arms, long-armed generally. And so Gemini, definitely. So they can look very youthful. So very youthful appearance. They can look younger than their actual age. So yes, all that about Gemini. Now let's move on to the next zodiac sign. If the dispositor or the sign lord of your seventh lord, that particular planet, if it is in the sign of Cancer, then what sort of appearance or looks your person can have? Cancer, so their complexion can be fair to pale, all right? So that sort of complexion generally they have, whitish, pale or fair complexion generally. Now in very rare cases they may have average complexion, but generally it's on the fairer side. Now height is average or medium height. Body is roundish almost. Face is roundish. Okay, if it's Cancer, generally they have a roundish face, or sometimes maybe an oval face, but generally not oval. Generally it's roundish. Now what else? Okay, so Cancer, soft, gentle features they can have. They can also, there can be a gentle look, in the eyes. But their eyes, nevertheless, will be expressive. They can also have, prominent eyes, which will be very expressive. They can express their, changing moods and emotions. And Cancer people, generally they have they have a heavy upper body, or you can say a heavy top body shape. The upper body or the top portion of the body can be heavier. All right, so in men they can have a broad chest. In the case of females, they can have a fuller bust. They can also have a tendency to, gain fats or, accumulate weight. Especially, there can be, they may gain some weight, and there could be some accumulation of fats in the stomach area. That is also possible. But yes, they have, they have a fully developed, their upper body, the chest. So that is really, very well developed, and it's they are people, again, their complexion is generally bright. So they are looked upon as people who are generally good looking, all right, with beautiful features. So all that about Cancer. Now let's move on to the next zodiac sign, Leo. Now what if the dispositor or sign lord of your 7th lord, okay, look at the dispositor or sign lord of the 7th lord, that planet, if that planet is in the sign of Leo, then what features or appearance your person can have? I'm talking about physical features. All right, prominent forehead or high forehead, broad shoulders, very strong bone structure. All right, so yes, and yes, in case of Leo also, the upper body is heavier and more developed than the lower body, much like a lion, even in case of Leo. Also, the face can be heart-shaped. All right, it's possible, heart-shaped face. And what about the height? So Leo, they may be tall or medium tall. They can be tall, all right, or medium tall. Now, complexion, very bright, glowing skin they can have. So generally bright, radiant complexion. A sunshine glow can be there on their face. All right, so generally bright complexion. All right, so yeah, so yes, the complexion is generally bright. There will be a glow on the face, and they have a regal appearance also. They have a very commanding presence. All right, so yes, wherever they will be, they will attract people's attention. All right, people will turn and look at them. They can be the center of attraction, because after all, Leo is the sign of the king, and a king is always noticed generally. So yeah, so a very wonderful personality they can have. So yeah, if the dispositor of the 7th lord is Leo, then definitely all these features. And yeah, so I think I've covered most of the things. Eyes, very lively, bright eyes they can have. Okay, they also can be, they can seem to be very self-confident. They can also, there is also a playful nature in them. Yes, so playful, skillful, yet intuitive. So all these things, all these qualities. Now, so their eyes can be really very lively and bright. Now let's move on to the next zodiac sign, Virgo. What if the dispositor or sign lord of the 7th lord in your horoscope in D1, if that planet, look at the dispositor planet of the 7th lord, that planet, if it is in the sign of Virgo, then how will your person or partner look? Virgo, complexion can be very clear, alright, glowing also. A very well-groomed appearance they can have. Maybe due to their health-focused habits. They're very particular about the way they look, about their physique. They can also look very neat and tidy. Height can be medium, they can be of medium height or even sometimes medium tall. Virgo, they can have prominent cheekbones. Virgo. Yeah, I mean, they actually have sharp features, Virgo. Alright, they have sharp features and they have a very prominent nose. Virgo especially, more than cheekbones very prominent, most prominent you find in Libra. So Virgo, they have a very prominent nose. Yes, an intelligent expression in the eyes, which shows that they are intelligent and they have analytical, intuitive abilities. Virgo. So they can have a lean build, they can be slim, okay, they can have a lean build also. And so these people, they also have a youthful appearance. They look younger than their age. Alright? There's a glow on their face. Complexion is generally, I told you, they can have a bright complexion or they will have a very clear complexion. Very clear. So, yeah, and they look very neat. They can have an oval face. Face can be oval shaped. So all these things about Virgo. And so a very youthful look, as I told you. So yeah, now let's move on to the next zodiac sign, Libra. Now, if the dispositor of your 7th lord, dispositor is the sign lord. So if that particular planet, which is the dispositor or the sign lord of your 7th lord, if that planet is in the sign of Libra, then how will your partner look? What about their appearance? They can be good looking, beautiful, attractive, elegant, graceful. They have symmetrical features. That means generally, say their face is oval shaped, Libra. Their face is generally oval shaped on both the sides, like if you divide the face into two parts, on both the sides of the nose perhaps. So they have symmetrical features, like there's a symmetry everywhere. Yes, so beautiful symmetrical features they have. There's a symmetry. And also if you divide their body also into two equal halves, they will have symmetrical features. So that is Virgo, that is Libra. Attractive, beautiful. And complexion, generally fairish complexion. Generally. All right. And in very rare cases, you may find a complexion which is a little dark or wheatish. Very rarely. Generally, fairish and bright complexion. So, height. Libra, they have either medium, they can be of medium height, or they can be medium tall. They can be medium tall. Now, as far as their facial features are concerned, they can have very prominent cheekbones, and they may have a dimple in their cheeks or chin. So dimple can be there. So yeah, so all these things about Libra. So very symmetrical features, as I mentioned, and a well proportioned body, because Libra is the sign of balance. So well proportioned body they can have. All right. So yeah, and they can be good looking. Yes. So now let's move on to the next zodiac sign, Scorpio. What if the dispositor or sign lord of your 7th lord, what if that planet is in the sign of Scorpio? Dispositor of 7th lord in the mysterious sign of Scorpio. Now, complexion generally dusky, wheatish, or average complexion. Scorpio, they may have a lean build but a strong body. They look powerful. They may be somewhat lean or healthy, and they can look powerful and strong. Height is generally average or medium height. Very magnetic, attractive, piercing eyes they can have, which can see right through you. So they may have a mysterious magnetic aura also. Yes. And they may seem to be mysterious, even secretive, and they may wear that look on the face. Their eyes also, penetrating, piercing eyes. If you look at them for a long time, you may feel a little uncomfortable. So that is also possible. That is a typical Scorpio. And Scorpio, they have a very strong and prominent jawline. A very strong and prominent jawline. And Scorpio, they can also have prominent brows or eyebrows. They may have that. So, yes, somehow they may appear to be attractive, Scorpio. All right, even sensually appealing, perhaps. Now let's move on to the next zodiac sign, Sagittarius. What if the dispositor or sign lord of your 7th lord, what if that planet is in the sign of Sagittarius? Then how will your person look? They can be tall. Sagittarius, generally they are tall or medium tall, but generally they may be tall. Appearance, the complexion, Sagittarius, they can have a wheatish complexion, average complexion. Sometimes they may be fair, but yes, there'll be a glow on the face. Okay, So generally average or wheatish complexion, or sometimes fair, but nevertheless bright complexion, glow on the face. And they can have strong bone structure. They can have a prominent forehead, a very high forehead. All right. They can also have, broad shoulders. But more or less they have, they can have a muscular structure also. But they have they may also, as I told you, they have a strong bone structure. They may appear lean or well built also. Lean or well built, it's possible. And Sagittarius, they can also be, their eyes, very lively, full of life, optimism. Yes, a very bright, lively eyes they can have. Okay, with a futuristic gaze almost, because they have a vision in life. So they may also appear to be deep thinkers or people who have knowledge, wisdom. So that may get reflected through their eyes. Very bright, lively eyes they can have. So yeah, Sagittarius, all these qualities, all these features they can have. Yes, on the whole, they may look, they may be good looking. Yes, and because they have strong bone structure, they have a the well built body. Yes, glow on the face. So all these features. Now let's move on to the next zodiac sign, Capricorn. If the 7th lord, the dispositor or sign lord of your 7th lord, that dispositor planet, if it is in the sign of Capricorn, then how will your partner look? Height may be medium or even sometimes medium tall. Complexion, generally dusky complexion, or they may have an earthy tone may be there, earthy tone or swarthy tone as they say. So complexion may be a little darker, but again sometimes in certain cases you will also find complexion may be fair or olive. So that is also possible. It may be fair or of olive color. So variations can be there. But generally complexion it may range from wheatish to the darker side. So generally, but sometimes again you may also find someone who is fair or the complexion may have olive tinge. So that is about the complexion. Height, I have mentioned medium height, sometimes medium tall. And Capricorn, they have prominent cheekbones and strong jawline. Yes, they have strong bone structure, strong bones also. Capricorn. They may be somewhat lean but strongly built. Yes, they can appear to be strong. So yeah. And as far as their eyes are concerned, they have deep set eyes. Okay, their eyes are deep set. And they also have a serious look generally on the face. So they may appear to be serious also. Okay. They also can be intuitive. Okay. Intuitive and serious and deep set eyes. So all that about Capricorn. Now let's move on to the next zodiac sign, Aquarius. What if the dispositor or sign lord of your 7th lord, look at the dispositor planet. If that dispositor planet, dispositor or sign lord of your 7th lord, so if that dispositor planet, if it is in the sign of Aquarius, then how will your partner look? Aquarius, generally they are tall, generally tall or medium tall. All right, but yes, and also they can be slim or they may be lean. They may have a lean build. It's possible. A very unconventional look they can have. So they may look attractive. Complexion may be fair to wheatish. Fair to wheatish. And what about their other features? Aquarius, they can have an angular face, all right, with well-defined features. Aquarius, and very unconventional look they may have, and their eyes also definitely, their eyes will definitely reflect the level of intelligence that they have. So intelligent expression definitely on the face. And yeah, so generally they have good height. They can have lean build and complexion fair to wheatish, as I mentioned. So all these qualities they can have. And Aquarius also, they can have prominent cheekbones and they can have a strong jawline. That also they can have strong jawline. So sharp facial features they can have, and so they can look attractive. All right, and something extraordinary about their appearance is always there. Their appearance is somewhat unconventional, and that's why it's so attractive. So besides that, they also appear to be people who are very intelligent. That expression in the eyes will tell you that they are deep thinkers, very intelligent. Now let's move on to the final zodiac sign, Pisces. What if the dispositor or the sign lord of your 7th lord, the lord of your 7th house, all right, so that dispositor planet, if that planet is in the sign of Pisces, then how will your partner look? All right, Pisces, they can have medium height. All right, complexion is fair, fairish complexion, fair to pale complexion. They can have a watery glow. Okay, fair to pale complexion, but a glow is there, yes, on the face. They can also have large, dreamy eyes, or prominent eyes, which are dreamy, imaginative, and there is an expression of permanent nostalgia or empathy or compassion in the eyes. All right, they can have a roundish face, all right, or a heart-shaped face, Pisces, all right, roundish face, and they may have a roundish body also, a roundish body structure. It's possible. But yes, very gentle features they can have. They can have a body which is also, their skin, it can be very delicate and soft also. Okay, they may look a little plump also sometimes, and they may have a tendency to gain weight. And so generally fairish, bright complexion, roundish body with roundish features, face also somewhat roundish or heart shaped, and a little plump, so they can look very cute also. So all that about Pisces. Their eyes again very dreamy, imaginative eyes. So eyes full of dreams, yes, and imagination. So even they can be intuitive. They can have intuitive powers as well. Along with maturity in age, they develop powers of intuition as well. So that also can get reflected through the eyes. So yeah, so that's all about Pisces. They can have very soft, full lips. So they may have, and very gentle look they can have also. They may appear to be very gentle. They may appear to be very soft-hearted, compassionate. So that expression can be there on the face, in the eyes. So all that about Pisces. So if the dispositor of the 7th Lord, that dispositor planet is in Pisces, then you may get such results, and then your partner may look, have all these features. So that's what I did some research. I checked in numerous charts, the natives chart, the natives partners chart, and I checked a lot of horoscopes, and then I could see that yes, if you look at the dispositor planet, the dispositor or the sign lord, that planet, so it is not just enough to look at the 7th Lord. Let's look at the dispositor of the 7th Lord. Dispositor is the sign lord of the 7th Lord. So that planet is in which zodiac sign? Alright, so, and that zodiac sign, from that sign you can decode, how your partner is going to look, what sort of physical appearance they can have. So that's why I thought I should share this with you. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. You can reach out for consultation. Details are there in the video description. And before I wind up, a gentle reminder, let us all be kind, merciful, charitable to people who are, unprivileged. Let us believe in charity. Let us donate vegetarian food to people in old age homes, orphanages, people who are physically, mentally challenged. Let us be kind to them. And let us also be kind, merciful to all animals, birds and creatures. Let us be vegetarian. See you next time, friends. Take care.